perfect. As we get ready for my friend Garry Cobb here, I gotta say this. So they sign Myles Jack and they sign Zach Cunningham. May I say this to you? Don't you believe that this is an indictment that they don't believe they have enough bodies in the building right now? That being said, he's at a charity event. He is my friend. It is Garry Cobb. How's the event going, Garry?
It's going well. It's going well. But we got some struggles out here, but that's okay.
How many golf balls lost?
We had to go. Oh, well, I mean, who's counting? But no, there've been a few. There've been a few lost, but everybody's having a good time, and that's a good thing. We don't want to take it too seriously because there's nothing to take serious out here.
That's right. Anyway, just having a good time.
We're having a good time, and got a lot of the guys out there. It's for a good cause. So,
Garry, let me get your thoughts real quick here. What's your take on why they brought in Myles Jack and Zach Cunningham?
Well, I clearly think that they don't think they have enough at the linebacker position. You don't have. I mean, you have very little experience. I mean, Moreau has played, but he played for a bad team out there in Chicago. They didn't stop anybody. That was the only time he's played. He's a converted safety. You're really asking a lot of, Nakobe Dean, to step in because he's got to be really the mind of the defense. He's pretty much calling the signals. And then, he's also, you expect him to step in. He's never played on the NFL level. He's got to step in. And you know what people are expecting is, they want to go back to the Super Bowl. They want to see the same defense that played last year, at least the same quality. So you're asking these guys who have never really played on that level yet in the NFL, where it's everybody stepping in. So I knew they were going to try to get some type of, get some linebackers in here who at least had a resume, So you think that they can play on that level because teams are going to go after them. They're going to go after them in the pass game. They're going to go after them in the run game. So I really wasn't surprised at all that they went out and they acquired some linebackers. In fact, they'll take a look at them, and if they're not happy with what they see, they might really, try to go even higher, where they willing to give up more for a linebacker because you got an offense that's a Super Bowl offense.
Yes,
I mean they really in a lot of ways will probably they might be better than they were last year.
I think the offense is going to carry this football team.
Yeah.
But Garry, do you agree? Now, looking back on it in hindsight, it was a mistake to let TJ Edwards go. Wouldn't this made more sense? Edwards and then put Nakobe Dean at a Sam or a Will to bring him along to make him a Mike maybe next year.
I agree. That's and they, he got like $7 million now. $7 million is a lot of money, but not in the NFL anymore. So why not re-sign him? I thought that they made a mistake there because TJ Edwards was maybe the most valuable player on defense because he made a lot of plays, and he also he's calling the defense, and he's a smart, experienced guy, and I think Nakobe can do this in the future, but he's inexperienced. So you're asking him that you're going to throw him in there and ask him to hit the ground running on a team that you expect to go to the Super Bowl. Now that's a lot to ask out of a guy who's just kind of his rookie year.
How about this, Garry? Right. I would say this to you. I have more concern over replacing Kaiser White and TJ Edwards than I do CJ Gardner and Javon Hargrave. I have because we brought in talent in the safety position. They're probably still going to look at that position as well. But I mean, you're talking about almost 300 tackles between those two guys.
Yeah, without a doubt, I think that, I knew they were going to do something because when I go to the practice and you can see, guys not sure about what they're doing, So I knew something was going to happen. And I think they just kind of, overrated or really. I guess they look at the linebacker position as if it's not important, but it has a lot of importance. Maybe you don't have 3 linebackers or 4 linebackers on the field, but you got 2, and they're making a lot of tackles where if they don't make that tackle, you got another big play. So, they got to cover the backs. They're going to have to cover the tight ends. So I think it's very important that they make sure they get some quality people at the position.
I know you got an event going on right now. I'll ask you only 2 more questions here. So
No problem.
Let me throw this at you. I love what you just said. So you think because there's no money tied into this, there's really no commitment with Cunningham and with Jack, that if these guys don't work up, they'll elevate the commitment if they feel suited, that they may have to go get somebody out there and make a deal for somebody that's younger and maybe a little bit better and got more gas in the tank.
Well, there's some other guys.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there's some other guys that are to be had because you got some teams that are going south, namely down there in Tampa Bay. I mean, Devin White's been talking around, and so I could see where if they don't get what they want, then they'll go back to the well, and be willing to give up more because, you don't have but so many chances when you got a team as stacked as they are offensively, and really they got a lot of great pieces defensively too. You've got too much there to where you wouldn't be able or willing to say, you know what, we're going to put a lot on the line for these years. And I'm talking about, this year, maybe next year, probably, and you've got Jalen Hurts playing like he is. And, that offense, I mean, it's sizzling out there. Those guys are playing together. They've gotten used to each other. And then defensively, you got a lot of outstanding pieces. I mean, look at your corners. You got 2 Pro Bowl level corners. You got a pass rush. You still have an outstanding pass rush. And so you got all those pieces in place. And would you let 1 or 2 positions, would you let, a couple of guys stop you from getting there? I don't think they're willing to do that. I know the city is thinking that way. And I think the Eagles are thinking that way, that they're going to be willing to do whatever they have to do to take advantage of this opportunity.
I'll save this last question for you here. Do you think the reason that they went out and made these 2 moves at linebacker were because Dean got hurt and what they've seen on film with the entire group? That's kind of why they are going down here now and addressing it more so because, I mean, It's the first week of practice, Gary. I mean, It's the first week of practice. He got 20 more weeks that he's ago.
Yeah. I think that they, without a doubt, I think that they realize they got an opportunity and they're not going to let it go just because, the issues at linebacker position. And I think from looking at the guys, they like what they've seen in Dean. They know they're asking him to do a lot. But when he got banged up, right away they.
Thank God that's the last question.
Wasn't surprised at the move that they made. And as I said, I think they'll do something else if this doesn't work out. So, you got, let's say you need 20 pieces and you got, 18 of them. You're going to try to get those other 2 if it means having an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. So they know that they're very special. They got a very special, talented, really a quality team in mostly all those positions. So they're going to make sure that a linebacker does not cost them. So if this doesn't work, they're going to do something else.
And a wide open NFC for them because there's not a lot of great teams in that. You're going to want to take advantage of this right now. Keep hitting them straight or straighter.
That's right.
Hey, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. We'll catch you next week, my friend.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
You got it. That is our friend Garry Cobb. He's at an event there. We so appreciate it. We're going to take a timeout, come back, and I want to hit on some of the things that he said because I liked it. So we're going to go in stages here a little bit. Are we? We're going to go in stages a little bit, when it comes to like how we're going to look at. So on August 7th, we're going to go through stages at the linebacker position. Jesus criminy, this thing should have been addressed months ago. We'll hit on that. Don't forget our great friends at Hooters. 35 years strong, our fabulous relationship. And we can't believe that we now have an official home for the upcoming season here, and that is the Hooters in King of Prussia. 35 years strong, I've been telling you. My relationship goes back with the original owners, the folks in Atlanta, and the National Football League's official home is King of Prussia. And we're looking forward to seeing each and every single one of you out there. All the great specials, 40-year anniversary, 1983, all you can eat. Kids eat on Saturdays for free. Happy hours. I mean, weekday happy hours. Simple. 6 items, $6. Miller Lite, tall draft. Coors Light, tall draft. Blue Moon, short draft. Fried pickles. Try the fried pickles. They're crazy great. 6 items, $6. 240 North Gulf Road, King of Prussia. And when you go to Hooters, King of Prussia, make sure you do me a favor. Tell them Big Sil sent you.